She's at a place in her life where peace is a priority and negativity cannot exist. She's no longer matching energy. She's simply removing herself from any situation that doesn't vibrate her soul. So if you start moving funny, she's moving on.
What's up, my Finna love sisters? Finna D coming to you all from Finna Team and News.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment.
Damn. Come get me off this floor. Now we've all met Bob. Why she had to do Bob like that? Oh, that KeeNya Moore child. Oh my God. She didn't have to clear Sheree and Bob like that. Wow.
As you can see, it was a hit. KeeNya Moore, of course, always trending. Now, if you watched the reunion, season 14 reunion part 1, then you know that, Sheree was talking about she doesn't get with people because of their looks. And KeeNya responded, we know, we've met Bob, okay? When I tell you, on the floor, internet is going crazy. I'm going to put some of those comments on the screen.
The reunion was so snooze fest. Thank you, KeeNya.
With the thickness that happened after that moment, thank you again, KeeNya, for giving us laughter, a real, true, in the moment, authentic response. Also, shout out to Sheree for not taking it personal. She was shocked, but for laughing with KeeNya when she said it. The look on her face and Andy's face said it all. Of course, this is not how the reunion started, and I love to do things in order. But since I already have the content in the software, I was already talking about this. I'm like, why am I going to open and start a new project, get all of the pictures all over again, insert different things when I already have everything right here laid out? So why not just close out this segment with Sheree and the men in her life? So everything else I had to say about Bob and what KeeNya said, you can watch all of that in the part 1 review I uploaded late last night, early morning. So if you missed that, please click the very first link in the description below to watch that video, okay? Now, of course, we talked about Tyron. Sheree is a liar. She lied on that man. Yes, Tyron, he schemed and he went to prison, all of that. But she knew that man wasn't showing up. We already talked about this. And yes, Sheree is an OG and all of that. But without a decent storyline, you will keep getting fired. Sheree knows this. Her not being on the Real Housewives of Atlanta was never her choice. However, Andy keeps bringing her back. OG or not, you actually needed Tyron for a storyline. He provided you a storyline for a few seasons. And then Sheree lied so much. This man is so desperate for the spotlight, but yet he turned down being on camera with you? What sense does that make? The moment he could be on camera, he showed up at your event and was there for you. Allegedly, like we've been saying, Tyron is the reason why Chateau She Can't Pay was paid for. He's out now, and financially, he's not on the up and up like he used to be, and the reason why he got arrested and went to prison in the first place. So basically, this man helped you financially to finish your house, allegedly. And now that he can no longer support you financially, let me start a fight and blame him for things that he did not do so that I can have a decent excuse for why I walked away. Now, don't get me wrong. No one is saying Tyron is a catch. What he did to those people stealing their money was disgusting and terrible. She shouldn't have dated him in the first place. All I'm saying is she lied so much. You knew exactly what you were getting into.
You knew he wasn't the right guy for you. You got into the relationship anyways because you needed a storyline. You used him for what you could get out of him. You no longer need him. And so now let me create another lie. It's basically what I'm saying. I'm not over here defending the guy. I'm just saying, keep it real. Now here she is jumping in another fake relationship with someone that she knows is bad news, but her desperation for a storyline and I will do anything for $1 mindset. Here we go again. Another one. And then trying to pretend like she doesn't know all of the disgusting things about this Martell guy. This man who spent almost an hour on Instagram. Yeah, I knew I said I was going to do the video. I never got around to doing it. Almost an hour on Instagram dragging his ex-wife and the mother of his children. And you want us to believe that there's something there, girl, bye. You need a storyline, and that's the reason why you are willing to get with someone who is going to drag you and embarrass you, but you would do anything for money. So there you go. And I'm glad that QueenYa jumped in and did what she did because you were sitting on that stage looking all confused like, I don't know what he did. Girl, bye. Good job, QueenYa Moore. And of course, Andy, you know what show that man is on. But you are not about to give black man who's starting a franchise a platform. That same black man who helped your show. I'm not here for all of Carlos King antics. Absolutely not. But I'm not going to take his credit away from him.
His credit meaning being an executive producer or a producer on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. But apart from that, as a black man and a black producer, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and sing his praises either. Because he was a part of some of the hot mess, that happened. No, not the Phaedra and Kandi situation. He's denied it. Even Phaedra denied that she was talking about him. So not that. But, allegedly other hot mess drama that happened on the show. Absolutely, Carlos King production and producing antics led to some of the highest rated episodes on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. However, did they show us as black people in a good light? Absolutely not. Cannot put all of the blame on him. Absolutely not. These are also grown women and some of their husbands, grown men, that decided to, participate in certain things. So I can't put all of the blame on him as well. And then also include the other producers and Andy and them. But let's stay focused.
The same black man allegedly who suggested Watch What Happens Live. Andy's not going to give Kyle's show a shout out or say his name or acknowledge him. But Andy knows. Over there acting dumb. Oh, so what show is he on? Anybody? Yeah, so good job, QueenYa.
QueenYa saves the day again when Sheree is sitting over there acting all dumb like she doesn't understand the question about you paying people, okay? Or the whole segment about paying people regardless if you don't like what they did. Unless your contract, okay, have there in writing, if I'm not satisfied with what you did, I'm not going to pay. You have to pay people for the service they provided you. And then just don't use them again, like QueenYa Moore said. So the fact that QueenYa even had to say that to her, and of course, Andy was on her about it, but it's just like, what is happening here? And why is she even next to you? Part 1 of the reunion is over, and I still can't figure out how Sheree got first seat next to Andy and not QueenYa. QueenYa responded, inside joke at this point. That's a power play and a power move. I'm going to put you wherever I want to put you just to show you that you're not running this when she is. She's the one that was trending all night. Other people were trending too, but she's the one that was trending all night. She was the highlight of the reunion regardless of where she was sitting. Sheree realizing in real time all the bills she probably actually has to pay after listening to QueenYa. For real, she's a hot mess, that Sheree. Quickly back to the seating arrangement. I mean, I get it. Sheree is an OG, and like Andy said, she's never sat next to him. So yeah. But still, QueenYa should have been there. But do I care? No, because like I said, it doesn't matter where QueenYa sits. She's still gonna shine. Let's continue. Of course, Sheree and Drew over it. Sanya, a liar, yes, I am aware. Drew lies a lot too. However, Sanya was lying in the moment when
Yes, we're moving on to Drew. Sanya was lying in the moment when she said that she told Drew off camera, girl, bye. Because in your own words, you said Drew had too many people in the room. She had her makeup artist. She had this huge entourage. And because of that, you couldn't talk to her one-on-one. You tried and did everything to talk to her, and you couldn't talk to her.
When I went to Drew's room, she didn't have 85 people in the room because she always got the biggest entourage. So it just didn't feel like the right time in the room, and I felt like she knew that.
But did you see them play this clip on the reunion? No. They showed her walking with QueenYa. They did not play this because this would have clear up that Sanya was lying. You can't claim you talked to someone off camera about it, but then in your own words, because she had too many people in the room, that's the reason why you didn't think it was the right time to talk to her. And then you want to cry.
Everybody on this couch, and I wanted to get to know them, and I was really, really hurt that I'm.
And this is why I call them delusional. Look at what miserable Marlo said. You're gonna have to get tough skin, baby. Where were your tough skin? Didn't we just watch you cry the whole reunion looking for sympathy? Oh my goodness, these people. But now that she is crying, you want her to get tough skin? What happened to Jamaican Tyrant?
And according to QueenYa, there's more fake tears to come. And so now I understand what she meant when she was like, oh yeah, I wasn't here for this reunion. How dare you? And then Andy, it's like when he's not here for people and he's biased, it's just disgusting to watch. Sanya was doing exactly what Drew was doing. She was cutting Drew off. She was raising her voice because she did not want Drew to make her point and expose her for being the liar that she is. She did exactly what she was accusing Drew of. And then Andy completely ignores Sanya doing exactly what he and Sanya were accusing Drew of. And then conveniently read a question from someone who said, Andy, please, those are your questions, child. Those are all your questions. When he's not here for you, notice how he treats you. When Drew was up, you know who, last season, that one Portia Williams, yep, when Drew was up her, you know what, and coming against QueenYa more, oh, the treatment was different. Remember how he tried to make it seem like QueenYa was body shaming Drew, and Drew was given the platform to explain her story, and then he and the producers went on Twitter and even pulled
QueenYa more tweets to prove that, oh yeah, what Drew is saying is true. But Drew was also on Twitter shading QueenYa, body shaming QueenYa, and even in the episodes, she made comments about QueenYa, but as well when they were in New Orleans and QueenYa did not want to twerk for her room. You all remember that episode because she had her daughter there. We all know QueenYa know how to have fun, let loose, just have a great time with dancing and everything else. But her daughter was right there and she wasn't going to do that. And Drew knew this, okay? So now that Annie is no longer on her side because she decided to not come after QueenYa more, but she decided to befriend her. And you can see how the treatment for Drew changed. Had Drew gone after QueenYa, gun blazing this season, the treatment would have been different. You notice how he treated Marlo and Sanya at the reunion because she flipped on QueenYa and went after QueenYa, and Marlo is so disgusting towards Kandi and QueenYa, and you saw what he did to Kandi. This reunion as well had the nerve to mention the woman who accused her of wanting to do that whole story with her and Portia and all of that. Why would you even mention Phaedra name? You saw how Kandi was like, whoa, what's going on? It's crazy what he's doing. The same way how we did not see an entire episode that would have messed up whatever image Portia was rebuilding with the whole Black Lives Matter and I'm an activist, and it was going to mess up the image Bravo was trying to put out there that look at us, we don't only hire black women to act crazy and then we pay them, look at us, we care about your issues too. That season and that episode would have exposed Portia that she was just doing it
allegedly for a redemption season and that she wasn't being genuine. Well, remember how he erased that entire episode but left Kenya Moore questioning Portia Williams' activism? It's the same way how they could have completely intervened and said, look, yes, we want the ratings, all of that, but this is going too far. And that episode and all of the accusations could have been left on the cutting floor. They aired it. So regardless of what Kandi had in her contract, she could have sued Bravo, NBC, or whoever else that's over Bravo and would have won. Absolutely. Okay? So she came back under certain circumstances. Okay? Her contracts were adjusted. So now Andy is trying to prove it's been years. You don't run this. And I don't like the little rumors going around that you run ish over here at Bravo. Because you don't. And to that, Kandi have said over and over again, I'm not stopping anyone back. But just know if you bring her back, I'm leaving. I'm not going to share the same platform with her. So if she's that important and you want to bring her back on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, I will gracefully bow out and I will leave. Drew is getting all of the treatment. Everything that she did to Kenya Moore, that's what she's getting. Sanya downplaying her career. Didn't Drew downplay Kenya Moore's career during her dinner with Cynthia Bailey? Talking about Kenya's age. Talking about when was her last real movie she was in. Yep, completely downplayed Kenya Moore's career and her success. So now Drew knows exactly what it feels like. It always comes back around. And Kenya Moore will always be vindicated. And Sanya getting dragged, of course, because she can't even explain the reason why she's not here for Drew. She can't. The same way she can't explain the reason why she's been coming after Kenya Moore. So I'm looking forward to seeing part 2 to see if, because it looks like Kenya will have to speak up, and do something, because if she leaves it up to Andy, just basically go ahead and cancel the remaining parts because he's not doing his job at all. I can't stand the whole favoritism thing. That's what's destroying the show. Why would you want to sabotage unless there's something else going on behind the scenes and they're no longer here for the Real Housewives of the Atlanta franchise and they wanted to do bad? Something else is going on, because why would you intentionally sabotage your most successful franchise? The Real Housewives of Atlanta held on to the highest rated franchise of the whole, Real Housewives franchise for a very long time. Until recently, due to the change, it normally comes out later in the year. You release it during the summer, so that's a change. Most people are streaming now. They're not sitting at home watching it, watching cable. So that's the change. It's a lot going on. So all of those things have affected the ratings. But yeah, something else is going on, because the moves that he and some of the producers been making for a while now is some of the reasons why we're here. Like not listening to the very people that watch your show and keep it going. Not holding disgusting people that hits below the belt accountable and going on this whole redemption sympathy mess. Like I said earlier, if you missed that video, please click the very first link in the description below to watch it. It's just a hot mess. Your hatred and being intimidated by intelligent black women is so up there that you will rather side with a woman like that, talking about Miserable Malo, than be fair when it comes to Kenya Moore. It's disgusting to watch. But like I said, I don't want to sound repetitive, so go ahead and watch that video that I did on this whole topic. Let's move on to something else that happened on the show. And the things about Sheree I didn't say was just minor things. Talking about the man not satisfying her sexually. Don't care about that. Of course, Kandi dragged Milo, had her moment. So I was here for Kandi, calling her out, shutting her down, calling her out her lies. I was here for all of that. She also went
on social media and had more to tweet. So good job to Kandi for holding it down and holding her own. In the comment that QueenYa is going to make later on about Martell and how Sheree is now satisfied in that department, it had everything to do with what she had to say about Tyron. She went back and told the girls, I'm sure, that yep, it's improved, it's better, and that's why QueenYa is going to later on make the comment. And of course, Sheree fashion show with fashion and celebration lies. When the finale was over, we had a link to click, but once again, that link did not work. Okay, it took over a week for Sheree to come back and say, okay, the website is working now. Hot mess. And like I said, yes, people will still go ahead and shop, but the impact and the amount of money she could have made after the finale, it will not be the same, especially after the controversy of her slapping her logo on products that's already been out there. But if you missed those videos that I did on all of this, go to our HOA playlist to watch it. And if I do feel like including the link, I probably will in the description below. But I've already talked about this, so let's move on. Talking about kids. Girl, your kids were grown. Anyways, yeah, we can't forget QueenYa was looking absolutely snatch and stunning. Best dressed, did a video on that. Love that, in as much as he did his best to try to attempt to dim her light. Save the best for last, the last one to walk in. All eyes on her, just everything. Even Quad from Married to Medicine tweeted about QueenYa looking amazing. So like most of you, I wasn't here for the part 1 of the reunion. And like I said, hopefully QueenYa, hold Marlo, miserable Marlo, and other people, Sanya, okay? And the other people who needs to be held accountable during part 2. Because the way that is looking and going, chat. Anyways, I'm wishing all of you well and take care. If you're not left, thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also, turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.